Thanks for selling your car to Carvana. Here's your check.
Whoa, when did I get here?
What do you mean?
I swear it was just moments ago that I accepted a great offer from Carvana online. I must have time traveled to the future.
It was just moments ago. We do same-day pickup. Here's your check for that great offer.
It is the future.
It's the present and just the convenience of Carvana. Sorry to blow your mind.
It's all good. Happens all the time.
Sell your car the convenient way to
Carvana.
Pickup times may vary and fees may apply.
Save big during Labor Day at Lowe's. Get up to 40% off select major appliances. Plus, buy more to get up to an additional 20% off. Shop even more savings with 3 Stay Green 1 cubic foot vegetable and flower garden soil bags for $10. This Labor Day, take care of your home for less at Lowe's. We help, you save. Valid through 9/3. Soil offer excludes Alaska and Hawaii. Selection varies by location. Select locations only. While supplies last. See Lowe's.com for more details.
Evening, boys.
Evening, Sally. Welcome to The Chatting, your local pubcast. I'm Rob.
I'm Kirk.
I'm Mark. And I'm the other Mark. 3 pints, Sally. And what are you having?
Oh, I'll have a Slingsby rhubarb.
Cheers. I'll fetch him over.
Evening, boys. Evening, Mark. Evening. Well, listen, Mark did it last week, so I thought I'd say this week.
You caught me off guard again. I was just doing my vocal warm-up.
What you can't,
well,
you can't do.
Don't
leave
me hanging. Just doing a fist pump.
Well
Evening,
done,
Mark.
mate.
How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Yes, yourself,
Yeah,
boys?
very good.
Yeah, very good actually.
Good.
Yeah.
Very good. What have we been up to, anyone? Oh,
I had a right weird dream last night.
oh, another
Oh
one.
my goodness me.
Yeah.
You been at the cheese again?
Here we
No.
go.
And it doesn't involve your bike. So, and we were all in it. However, there was only really Kirk in this one that was like present, if you like, in terms of the one that, like, you guys were just there, but not noticeably, if that makes sense. And you were
Thanks.
in it, but
Yeah.
You'll have your moment one day,
I'm
Mark.
going to say one
however,
day.
Kirk, you didn't say anything or do anything in it. You're just the one that
There.
were like most visible.
It's about right
And
for
where
me.
we're at, really in background. I was
Right.
stood on a hill
Honestly,
somewhere.
this it were awful. It woke me up. I'm not exaggerating. I woke up in a bit of a panic. So it started off, and there were two sat at the foot of a bed, 2 of you. I can't remember the orientation, and 2 at the top of the bed, and I was at the. There must have been somebody else in dark, because I was at the side of the bed, but there was somebody laid in the bed, and we were talking to him. And then it were like a haunted house. I ended up stood in the corner of the room on top of the chest of drawers, just stood in corner because the door had opened.
A bit like the Blair Witch Project. Have you seen that when
Well-
they stood in the corner? Like, a bit like that.
Then a witch walked in.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
And did a spell.
I put a spell on you.
Oh.
And I woke up.
What was the spell?
I don't know.
Oh, you get back to sleep.
Honestly, she was terrifying. And I don't mean like a witch, as in when you see witches with the black pointy hat and all that.
No.
No, not like grot bags or like that. It was just literally like this haggard old.
Well, have you ever heard of the night hag?
No.
The night hag is quite I'll say a real thing. People,
Is that a beer from Brewdog?
No. People have nightmares about a witch-style thing that straddles them in bed while they're asleep, and they describe her as like the night hag. That's what everyone refers to her as, and they become paralysed whilst it's happening, so they can't move, and they wake up, and when they wake up, they still can't move. So they're physically awake, they know they're awake, and they can't move. And it's normally from the neck down.
Do you know something? When I was younger, I've had that experience.
It's obviously sleep paralysis is what they call it.
I've woke up at times.
But it's linked to this night hag.
Right.
And the reason why I know it is because back when I was acting, I did a film trailer.
You tried sleeping with it.
Yeah. I did a film trailer. So what they sometimes do is when they're trying to find funding for a film, they make the trailer, and then they send it off to different companies to try and get the backing to do it. It was probably one of the biggest jobs I ever actually did, and I was literally in about 7 seconds of a scene. I did the proper casting process and everything. I got this part. I was made up, but I was too young for the part technically, so they had to make me look older. And I learned all about this Night Hag. It was a horror film, and I was like, wow, that's amazing. That sounds just like that.
Yeah. Well,
other than the fact you didn't wake up, with sleep paralysis.
I just remember that when she did what she did, all of a sudden her face was right up in front of my face. Yeah.
And is that what made you wake up?
Oh, God, yeah.
Oh,
and
God.
I woke up in a right hot sweat.
That's like The Ring, isn't it? When it comes out the TV and it's there in front of you.
Awful.
Woo. You're not very good with horror sort of things, are you?
I don't watch them.
Oh,
no.
You don't know what you're missing. They're great.
Oh, could you imagine?
What you watching a horror film? Well,
I mean,
I'll tell you what. I'd actually love for us to do a podcast episode in the dark, watching a horror film on that screen.
In a graveyard.
Well, my dad did send in an email a few months ago, saying that he thinks we should go and do one of these ghost walks.
Well, is it some Akora? David Akora.
Derek Akora. Yeah, something like that.
He called him Derek Akora then.
Well, he's dead.
Is he?
Well, there is actually it's not a haunted thing. I think it's got actors and everything in it, and it's at Wentworth Woodhouse.
Oh,
in November. There is one of these Scream things.
All right.
You know, they,
yeah, it's like a Fright Night thing, like a Scream Fest, is it called?
I don't think it's close. It is one.
But wouldn't you rather go to somewhere that's supposed to be a haunted house?
I would. Wentworth Woodhouse. I think there probably are some tales around it.
Yeah. But something with an actor, they're actors.
Yeah, but if you don't know they're there.
Oh well, yeah, very true.
And don't get me wrong, we would have to ask if we could record it because. I
mean, in all fairness, Mark, I would settle for just watching a horror film with you.
And I'd even have to wear a nappy.
And that's we aren't even watching film.
That's just going around Parkgate.
Yeah.
Kirk, have you been up to? Oh,
no, mate.
No. Mark,
all boring.
No, not really.
Well, based on last week, I did a little bit of research this week, and I've got you some more questions.
When I said bring some more in, I didn't necessarily mean every episode.
No, I know. But there's a little story. I just happened to be on Reddit.
Oh, yeah.
And I saw a question and I thought, ooh, Kirk did say actually last week that he enjoyed them questions.
Yep.
So I ended up reading some of the questions and then I got a bit sucked in and I was like, oh no, some of these are good questions.
Okay.
So these are a little bit deeper than last week's.
Okay.
They're not quite as just throwaway. Okay, so are you ready then?
Yeah.
Yep.
Right, settle in. It's not a quiz.
Deeper.
Right, here's the first one.
How far underneath the ocean is the Titanic?
So,
do you know what it is?
No,
neither do I. Assume that God exists. For our purposes, he created the universe and has witnessed everything that has happened since. He also has control over everyone's lives and destinies. Once a millennium, he appears to somebody in his human form and will answer one question with absolute truth. He has chosen you. What do you ask him?
Oh, that's a big question. Okay.
I'm guessing you don't need it again, basically.
No, I don't need it again,
back.
but just it's presumptions here. So we're presuming he's real God. So he's come down. He's chosen me. Right, so I can see him. Can I? He's talking
you can
to
see
me.
him. He's in his human form.
And
he has witnessed everything.
He's seen everything that's happened in the world
since the beginning of time.
And I can ask him a question.
One question.
Right. Okay. So. Well, can I ask you a question? How do I know he's? How do I know he's?
Hold on.
It's now the next millennium, Mark.
Hold on. God, wait 1 second, because Mark wants to ask me a question first.
Well,
Go on, Mark.
Yeah. How do I know he's God?
Because he's come to you and said,
"That's what I'm saying."
Because
I want to ask him out.
I'm God.
Oh, that's all he said.
Yeah, but you just know. I sound like a preacher now. You just know that he is God, right?
Well, I've had a few people say that to me over many years, but now I've got.
I've probably said it to you a few times.
Exactly, I've gone. Well, you're not.
Yeah.
So we again, for the purpose of this question, we are taking it 100% that this guy is God.
Yes.
Right? And not as in, well, I don't think you are, mate.
Yeah.
So he is. Right. Okay. Fine. That's fine. I'm with it now.
Cool.
I need to think. Okay.
All right, after all that.
Yeah, well, yeah, because I've got the parameter set.
Sorry, God. Mark just now needs to think about that. All right.
No, I've got my parameter set. I know what's happening, so I can think of a question.
I must admit, I think the answer to this question, you could actually have two. You could have the serious question that you would actually want to ask him, and then there's all the questions that you think, I'd love to ask him that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like just a throwaway jokey one. Like I'll tell you one I would ask him.
Yeah.
I'd ask him, when the Titanic sank, why did Jack not get on that same piece of wood as Rose? Because it would quite easily have fit on there, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Well,
why didn't he get on there?
You know Jack wasn't on the Titanic, don't you? You know that was a
Well,
film.
I reckon there was definitely someone called Jack on the Titanic.
And Rose.
Yeah, well, okay. Well.
So, I'm going to give you two options. Obviously, I can only ask him one of the questions, but I'm going to give you two questions because I can't decide which one I
Two
would
answers.
ask.
Yeah.
Two questions.
Oh, yeah, two questions.
But even though
yeah.
I can only ask him one of them, and I'm undecided as to which one.
Okay.
So the first one would be, so if you're really God, that means all those people on that continent or in that country believe in somebody that doesn't exist.
Why?
Because if he's God, then
Yeah.
that other God doesn't exist.
Yeah,
Well, no,
I mean,
it's your God. It's your God that you're speaking to.
I mean,
so whatever your religion is, it'd be your God.
No, but this God created everything,
Yeah.
and the other one just tags along.
Well, there'd be an argument there that
I
each
like it.
religion will argue that their God is the God.
Yes. So what I'm saying is, if I saw that God and he was my God, let's say I believed in gods,
Yeah.
and he was my God and he created everything,
Yeah.
the other gods don't exist then.
Well, in terms of, and we're not going to get into it, but
Because-
in terms of religion, that's exactly what people would say anyway.
It is because there's no evidence. So their what do you call it?
Their God.
Imaginary friend is
Yeah.
better than the next person's imaginary friend.
Yeah,
And that's where all the wars and that kick off from.
Yeah.
However, if one of them comes in physical form and says, "I am the God and I created everything," and and there's justification to say that person is who he says he is, and it's not, I found Jesus in my toast, that sort of thing. And there's absolute evidence that he is who he says he is. All the others don't exist because they can't have all created them.
Correct.
My next question, and it's not going to get any more serious. It's not going to get any more jovial, should I say? Would be, right, so you managed to create everything. The world, the people, and everything within it.
And he says,
And
yes.
Yeah, and then I will go, and you have the audacity to do such a thing and have people and children grow and develop things like cancers and multi-neuron disease and other absolute atrocities.
And he says to you, what's your question, Mark?
That's what I'd say. That's my question.
You didn't ask him a question.
I'd be like, why? How can you be so good and so crap
why
at the same time?
why are you letting this happen? Is that what you're going to ask him?
How can you have created all this and then you've got children dying and people having all these awful disorders, diseases, and syndromes?
I'd love to be able to tell you what his answer is, but I don't
Are you
know.
not playing God? I thought you were going to answer.
Anyway, so
No.
you were expecting something a bit more jovial than that.
Well,
I'll think of something to try and bring
I've
light
got-
in the mood, shall we
I've got
say?
a question for him.
Go on then.
So if
You've
there,
had yours.
No, I've had mine. No, it went
No,
to.
he hadn't.
No, I would just set in the parameters. So I would say to him, right? If he's,
You know that day at school when I turned up and you didn't?
I'd ask him. I'd ask him a question. I'd go, okay, so you've created all this universe and all. Great. Who created you?
Good question.
Where did you come from? Because somebody's got to.
question.
He just didn't pop up after an egg, did he?
No.
So I'd ask him that, and he'd have to
Not
go.
consider being a chicken.
Well,
I think people say he is the creator of all things, so he created
What?
himself.
What? Is that possible?
I don't know.
Do I think
Is
that's
it possible?
I mean, do I think that one person could?
We asked that the question, is that possible? So he can click his fingers and create an entire universe. We're okay with that. But in creating himself, is that possible?
This is a bit too far-fetched for me.
I know, but I was just about to say that. I know this is all far-fetched anyway. One person creating a world, but like, how can you create yourself? Hello, that's not going to happen, is it? But that would be my question to him. Yes.
I've also got two
Go
that
on.
I'd like to ask him, but I'll just give you one. Mine would be, where can we find our nearest neighbours?
Oh, nice.
Because
Next door?
it's nothing. It's nothing to do with him. Because God's in front of me, I don't need to know about him. I don't want to know about. I'm not bothered about any of that. But I want to know where are our nearest neighbours. Obviously, you know what I'm asking, clearly.
What if it says it's 3 moons down up past solar system to the left on that planet Zob?
Well, ultimately, he's answered my question, but also give me exactly where they are. Because ultimately, what I'm asking is there life,
is there life
outside of us?
Yeah.
And if he says that, then yeah, I would get my answer.
Yeah.
We're not alone.
Okay.
Would you like to know my
let's see
question?
what-
Yep.
My question would be, why?
Okay. Why did he create all this? Is that
What's it all about?
Well, that was my second one, which is what's the true purpose of existence?
Yeah, why? Why did you? If you've created it all, why? Why did you create it all? Why? Why?
Why on the bloody earth have you put me through all this?
Yeah. What's the point?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the point?
So why?
Sound like you need to see a therapist.
I've got another question for him. Why is he a man? Why is because people, there's some people out there that think
It might not be anymore.
Well, he might not. What you mean? He's trans?
We might just not identify as a man.
He might be Alanis Morissette.
That'd be ironic.
Yeah.
That was quick.
Yeah.
I was like that going, what?
Yeah,
What the? Don't get that.
Have you not seen Dogma?
No, I don't think I have actually. But yeah, Kirk, that was exactly mine. What is the true meaning of existence?
Yeah. What's the point in it?
Yeah. Why?
Because I think if you to ask the question, what's the meaning of life?
Yeah.
I think his answer would be wasted because I think his answer, their answer would be to live.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's why I'd phrase it on the sense of why. What's it all for?
Yeah.
I think his answer to you, if we were a teenager, would be why not?
Why
You know what I mean? Because I can.
Because I can.
That'd be what he'd say.
You should probably, if you were a teenager, just shut up and finish your dinner.
Yeah. But it is. But that is a good question that you asked. Yeah, it is.
Thanks.
And because when
So me and Marks were rubbish then, were they?
Yeah. Have you ever actually sat and thought, really, what could the answer to be to this?
Rob,
why?
I once went, and actually, you knew me at the time. It was probably first year of college, and I read something in a book, and it sent me down a little bit of a worm. Like my mind, it's all
a rabbit hole.
I almost like nearly drove myself insane because I read in the book. I was reading the book. It was something to do with the Big Bang and what the Big Bang were, which was obviously.
It's usually me with a sledgehammer.
Yeah. Or just falling off your chair.
Yeah.
But obviously the Big Bang was an implosion of gases and rocks and stuff like that, all colliding at the same time, and creating the Big Bang. So if we go down the path of science, that's what created the universe and stuff. And then a little voice came into my head, as it does often.
That were Rob.
Yeah.
Come on, it's playtime.
And when... But where did the rocks and gases come from? So you believe in science.
Yeah.
So therefore but all they ever talk about, that's unfair. All I've ever heard them talk about is that the start of existence was the creation of the Big Bang.
Yeah.
But what would be their answer to be, well, what created the rocks?
Yeah, because they say
And
it was a void, don't they? It was just a void. And you go, what's a void?
It must have been...
The gases would just be naturally occurring, wouldn't they?
From what?
I don't know, but they're just naturally occurring.
From what?
Yep.
I don't know, but they are just naturally occurring. You can throw our arms as wide as we like and say, where the bloody elder moths come from? I don't know, but they're bloody annoying.
Yeah, they are, yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's
And why do they keep headbutting the light bulbs?
The thing is with moths as well, if you do get them, they just turn like
Dust.
to dust, don't they? What's all that about? The dust. Anyway, going back to the space, if we're talking about space and stuff.
Yeah.
I know we're talking about God, but like with space, you're like, I know this is a
What
common
were it
question.
like?
What space?
No, the Big Bang.
I were there on day one. I mean, it's like where does it end? It's when you start thinking about
they say
stuff.
it doesn't. No.
Well, it doesn't. But can something go on forever? Well, it must go on forever, but it can't go on forever.
Well, no, because they've got proof that it's expanding. Expanding into what?
And what's it taking over?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
Say
just
something else that blows my mind while we're at it.
Yeah.
Do you know nothing exists?
nothing exists.
Nothing exists.
Why?
So nothing exists. So all
As
everything.
a word, nothing actually exists.
Everything is made up of atoms. Everything.
Yeah.
The table, the seat,
Atoms.
us as people, it's
Yeah.
just atoms all clustered together.
Yeah.
If you forced enough energy into something, if you could concentrate energy and forced it enough into absolutely anything on the planet, it would just disappear.
Yeah.
Really?
It would
That's
just
mind-blowing.
disappear.
Yeah.
Because if you put enough energy into it to force the atoms to start to break apart, it would just disappear.
Into what?
Nothing. Into nothingness.
Where are the atoms going?
Individuals.
So they're not. They still exist.
What? Yeah, they exist in the individual form, but what makes, for instance, that table is the collection of atoms coming together in that particular form.
Yeah.
So therefore,
Wow.
if you force enough energy into that to separate the atoms, the table would just no longer exist.
And then it'll come back together as Billy Bookcase.
It could come back together.
Yeah, Billy Bookcase.
It's like being in IKEA. This.
It could come back together as anything. If the atoms come together in a certain way, it could
So we
come back
could
together
turn
as
that
anything.
table into beer.
Yes.
Oh, don't get
Now
Mark
we're
on that.
That's a science lesson that I want to be a part
Where
of.
do I buy
Well,
that machine?
If we're talking about stuff like, I
the
mean,
Ninja make that?
Not yet.
It's a bit like colour, for example. So they said everything, nothing's in colour. It's just our eyes that colour things. So everything's just one shade.
Well, actually, colour is to do with
You-
frequencies.
Yeah. So am I right in thinking that this isn't red, for example? It's just that we see it as red.
No, it is red.
Because this is why people are colourblind, for example,
Yeah.
because they see, or that classic with that dress where, on that internet dress where people saw grey and blue and people saw blue. I'm making these colours. You know what I'm talking about,
Yeah.
Because it's not actually a colour, it's just black and white, and
Yeah.
we see different things. So everything around us is all one colour.
Yeah.
And it's just his eyes that do that. But again, is it that made up with sound or something you're saying here?
No,
Frequencies.
Light frequencies.
Yeah. I mean, while we're talking about weird things as well, again, very cool. So, like with gravity, so if we dig a hole like here and somebody in Australia digs a hole right into, let's say the middle of the earth is not on fire. I don't know if it is. But
No, it's not. It's metal. But
it's
go on.
metal.
Yeah.
So if we get to the centre, do we just jiddle about it?
Jiggle about it?
Jiddle about it, centre.
And there's no
What do you
hole.
mean
It's
jiggle
not a
about?
hole.
There's no hole.
There's no hole in the middle now.
No, I know
It's-
that. No, I'm saying if we dug a hole,
Yeah.
if I dug a hole from here
Yeah.
and somebody dug a hole from Australia,
Yeah.
and I jumped in the hole, I would fall in it, wouldn't I? And they'd
Yeah.
fall in their hole.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't pass them. We wouldn't pass each other, would we?
You wouldn't.
No, because
got-
the likelihood of you digging it in exactly the opposite.
Well,
You know.
let's say we're
And also-
good engineers.
And also,
Okay.
I think you'd both meet in the middle
That's what I mean.
because
And then we
that's the
just
centre of gravity.
and then we just jiddle about
And
in
then
the
you
middle.
just stay there.
Yeah, exactly.
I imagine because
Well,
that's the centre of gravity, isn't it?
I know what I'm saying. So how weird's that?
Mm.
I've jumped
Weird.
down this hole, but I can't. There's still a hole below me, but I can't go down that hole. But they've come down that hole.
Yeah.
So why can't I go in that hole?
Your hole that's going down is no longer you can go down because you're going up.
Yeah,
And then and their down can't go down any further because that'd be going up.
exactly. So how does that work?
Have you got a different question, Rob?
I was just thinking that.
People
Okay.
listen to
No,
this.
I've never thought of it like that. So you'd both be literally in your own holes,
Jiddling about.
stood on each other's feet,
Yeah,
and you couldn't go any further up or down. Either of
exactly.
you.
I mean, I know you can't do that. You can't dig, but let's
I
say you
imagine
could.
if
Well, actually, you probably could to some extent,
Yeah.
but I don't know what it would look like.
Yeah.
It's very interesting, is
It
that?
is very.
Next question. So, how long would you like to live for?
Can I ask you a question in relation to
Are
that?
you setting some
Yeah.
parameters?
I'm setting some parameters.
yeah.
Does the aging effect still apply?
Yes.
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 Oh.
Everything that happens in life now happens in.
So
in this
aging wise,
question.
you still age as a person. You still age.
Absolutely. Basically,
Oh, well,
how
that-
long is your ideal lifespan? Basically.
You see, the reason why I ask is because I've been watching something recently called Sandman. So I originally listened to it as an audio on Audible. It's not your guys' thing. It's really not.
Not the Marvel version of Sandman, I'm guessing.
It's not the Marvel version. No, it's based on literally Morpheus and his son Orpheus and blah blah blah. The Eternals and stuff. So Endless, sorry, not Eternals. But the his sister is Death. So Morpheus' sister is Death, and they're in a tavern back in whatever year or whatever, and they hear a guy say, "Oh, I wish I could live forever" or whatever. So they end up having a bit of a bet, as in Morpheus and his sister Death.
Sorry, is his sister Death or
Yes.
Cold Death?
Sorry, she is Death.
Death.
Oh, she's Death.
Oh, Death.
Not
Right.
death.
Sorry, yeah, sorry, Death. So you know who Sandman is, yeah?
They bring me the dreams, man.
The dreams, yeah,
Yeah.
Morpheus. So he's the Lord of Dreams.
Okay.
His sister is Death,
What does she
and
do
also
then?
Despair, and also Desire.
What does she do then?
Death?
Kills people.
Well, she collects people from when they die. So she collects their soul and takes them to the underworld.
He only asked you how long do you want to live for?
Anyway, and just to be clear then, just to be clear, her hearing's all right.
Yes, yeah, she can hear absolutely fine. Yeah.
Okay.
What did you say?
So they hear the guy say that he wants to live forever. So they have a bet, and basically Morpheus says that he bets that within 100 years he'll want to die, sort of thing. So Death makes it happen that this guy's going to live forever, sort of thing.
Cool.
Morpheus goes up to him and says, "We're going to meet here in 100 years." Obviously, the guy's like, "Oh, okay, whatever," sort of thing. Anyway, 100 years later, he comes back. But the whole episode is 100 years later, 100 years later, 100 years later, and how he goes through life and what his experience is. And I actually thought, how cool would that be to see all them things, to witness all the things that you would witness and the changes that you have, and the different, almost like the different lives you could lead. Yeah. So like he got after 200 years, he was rich. He was completely rich. He'd done this, he'd done that, but then I think it was something like the 100 years later, he'd lost it all, and he was a beggar. He was, whatever. But at each point, he still didn't ask to die. He still wanted to come, no matter how down he were, no matter how low he were, no matter how he were, whatever. He still wanted to keep living to experience it. However, the difference was he didn't age.
Yes. A bit like a vampire.
He didn't. Yeah. So he didn't age.
Right.
So I think that's a very different answer to the question.
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
If you
This is
if you
based
age,
on
whether you're not.
real life. You age. At what point?
I like some weird stuff, me, don't I?
Yeah, you absolutely
Yeah,
definitely
you do.
do. So I'll just reiterate the question: how long would you like to live for?
Are you going to
See, I
first, Trent? What is-
struggle with this topic.
Why?
I just do. It's something I've battled with since being a young teenager.
Dying.
Really?
Mark's not
Yeah.
sleeping tonight.
Yeah.
The thought.
The whole mortality thing, it really bothers me.
Does it?
Yeah.
And do you know, it really doesn't bother me at all.
It's a good job, I suppose.
Yeah. It just doesn't bother me
Yeah, it does,
in,
mate.
in the slightest.
I'll
tell you what.
I'll be honest.
I'll tell you what does bother me: the thought of not living a life before I die.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
you
that's
mean,
what
you
bothers
mean like
me.
becoming really ill or being in pain?
No,
No. Like having done things.
Oh, sorry,
at the point where
misunderstood you.
where I
It's
have
an
where I have
award-nominated
to.
podcast.
Yeah.
Where I am going to go, having
Having 2
not
million
have experienced things that I think, like for instance, an example was if I got ill and hadn't jumped out of the plane, and thinking
Okay.
I always wanted to do that and I never did it. That's the thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've seen some posts quite recently on social media of not necessarily people I know directly, but you sort of, like you have Facebook friends, and some of them you know really well, and some are almost like just associates or people that you become friends on there because you know somebody through somebody and you bumped into them once, and so you add them on Facebook. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'll see what they're getting up to and stuff. And you see things where people have almost passed before. Well, they have passed before the time, and you think, do you know? Anyway, it really, really, really bothers me. Certainly when you see that. It's going to sound bad saying this. The majority of the time, it's almost the good ones. You
Yeah.
go, really? Why then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And so to sort of think about it in my own way and say, oh, how long would I want to live for? Well, first and foremost, and I've said it to her before, I don't want to outlive Helen. I'd be it's and Ellen might say the same thing, and it might be natural for partners to say that. I couldn't cope not
Yeah, but she could live without you. You couldn't live without her.
Yeah, there is that. Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean live. I meant survive.
I'd be absolutely starving. But yeah, you know what I mean? The little thing. So
I say that to Daisy all the time. I don't. Obviously I have children and I have things to live for or whatever. But the thought of living now, I found my person in life and genuinely, feel as though I have found my soulmate in life.
Yeah, exactly.
That I couldn't imagine living a day without her. Without her there.
I said that. I used to say that to Gemma, but then we got a really good life insurance policy. So I'm joking.
Yeah, that was Gemma's idea, though.
I think my honest, straight answer straight away would just be ask me again in 30 years.
You're brave.
Well,
no, not brave. You're ambitious.
Yeah, I know. But genuinely, I think I would put that number at 90. The problem with it is that Gemma's grandma is above 90 and is the most unbelievable person. Like, if you met her, you just would not believe in a million years that's how old that she's above 90. You just wouldn't believe it. Just everything about her is just, you're like, wow,
Have you fallen for Gemma's nan?
She's just, but in my head, I think, or I feel like by that age, take Gemma's grandma out of the equation, I feel as though I would be at a point where I wouldn't be enjoying life. I don't know why. I just think at that point I'm going to be crippled with some arthritis and that's so many different things.
That's the thing, though, isn't it? And that's why it's such a different answer if you're age. So, because I could sit here and go, do you know what? If it's one thing that I'm gutted about when it comes to mortality, is there are so many things that I'd love to know what happens.
I know.
Do you get what I mean? Like, I'd love to know what science uncovers in the future. I'd love to see where technology goes. I'd love to see whether they do find any life on other planets or whether we achieve travelling at light speed.
Are you getting a bit of FOMO going off here?
Yeah, very much so, a bit of FOMO.
But if there is any consolation to that, that's hundreds of years away anyway.
Oh, of course it is.
Because of how long it takes to get to
this. Of course it is. But what I'm saying is, Mark, is that if somebody was saying, no, you get to keep your health, you get to be healthy, and you get to keep your health, your faculties and stuff like that, then I would love to live for 1,000 years.
Oh no! Yeah. But the thing is, you'd see everyone around you dying.
I get that. I get that. But I
just
would
make new friends.
Yeah, very.
Just move on.
Just move on. Do a new podcast.
Yeah. This is the 7th podcast I've been part of.
It's the 160th Mark's been part of.
Why are his numbers dwindling? All your listeners are dying.
Can I just, how you just put your age to 90, right?
Yeah.
But as we've established, you're saying, well, you'd age normally, right? Now, how? I know what you're saying 90, but what if you sort of become really ill at like 80 or something? And then you get 10 years of being in pain. So
that's kind of where I was going from. In that I think originally I'd set it earlier than that. Then I thought, well, no, because two of my grandparents lived above 80, and up until the point where they got ill, they were absolutely fine. And so I kind of thought, no, where's an age where I would consider, I don't know if I can even say the majority, but where I see most people start to decline. And that's kind of where I felt the age was. I'm not
that could go either way for you.
Yeah.
I mean, I know, you could become really ill when you get to 70.
Yeah.
I mean, you could have 20 years of really,
Yeah.
But then you might get to 90 and go, well, I don't want. I'm all right.
I mean,
now.
under the circumstances, what I mean is, if I was healthy up to a point where I'm kind of thinking round about 90 is the age where I'm thinking, right.
Okay.
I've seen things. I've done it. I like to think that by 90, if I haven't ticked it off my list, I'm probably not going to.
Well, in that case, then, if you're going to say, well, I'm using 90 because I presume I'm going to be healthy to 90, I'm going to say, well, I want to live to 120, presuming that I'm going to be healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I
It's
mean,
a good
listen,
point.
I'm not. I know it sounds like I'm picking things
No,
off you,
no,
but this is what, like Kirk
yeah.
said, it makes the question very, very difficult.
Yeah,
Because,
it does.
You know, if you're just going on how you naturally, I mean, if you're basing it on how we are individually, or you're doing it on an average. I mean, if I think healthfully for me, I'm like, well, I'd be happy going. You know,
countdown now, mate.
I'm countdown now. You know, go when I'm 60 or something. You know, but you know, so it's hard to answer it for that.
Do you know
for that reason?
Do you know, according to scientists, there's somebody that's already been born that will live to 200.
Really?
That's what they say.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. They reckon
That's a huge
the
jump.
way that life expectancy is growing and how it's grown over the last 4 decades or whatever it is, and then the way that technology advancements are, and the way that medicine and everything is that they reckon that somebody has already been born that will see their 200th
You know, the funny
birthday.
thing is, though, to counteract that, I've thought this before and thought, medicine's better, technology's better, but then at the same time, I also think of the pollutions and the...
What, of the candles on the birthday cake?
Yeah.
Can you imagine the size of cake?
the pollutions, the things that we eat now that are processed compared to what we did before, and you kind of think, could or does some of that offset the better medicines?
I think it could. But
you're right.
But imagine if you were in a position where medicine had advanced so much,
You can eat crap all day.
Yeah, that literally you could eat whatever you wanted. Yeah, and then if you started to feel as though you got something were going wrong with your insides, you went to a thing, they give you a scan, they give you a jab, and it was just all back to normal.
Yeah,
then it wouldn't matter, would it?
They've almost done that, haven't they, with these jabs?
Yeah.
Superhero type thing.
Yeah. I guess it is a difficult question, and there probably isn't a proper answer to that one. But thankfully, I've got another question.
Oh, marvellous.
Okay.
Are you ready for this one?
Oh, yeah, because I think other Mark's dozing off.
Do you think humanity will go extinct?
Yes.
How and when do you think it'll happen?
Oh, well, that's... So you're asking three questions, 3 parts of this question?
Pretty much 3 parts. Do you think it'll go extinct?
Yeah, well,
Mark, is it a yes or no?
No.
Right. Kirk?
Yes.
I would say yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so Mark, let's start with you then.
Hang on.
As a no.
I mean, that's a bit of a loaded question, isn't it?
Is it?
Well, yeah, because...
Well, of course it is, otherwise it'd be a really crap question to bring up into a podcast. Right, next question.
No, but we could be both right, couldn't we?
Yeah,
yes.
It's not like...
Oh, fancy us having 4 microphones.
But you know what
There's
I mean?
no right or wrong answer.
There is no right or wrong.
I know there isn't, but what...
Now we've got to talk.
No, but I don't think we will, because we'll evolve. I mean, but you guys think we won't. We'll just shrivel up and all die.
No, I think...
We'll go into that, but...
go on.
Oh, well, I was going to say,
Well,
why
yeah,
is
because
it a no?
Why don't... Because I think we will evolve. Because we're better than this.
Okay.
You know, so I know where you guys are probably going to go, so I'll leave you to cover those topics.
Yes, we will go extinct. Because people are stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And getting stupider.
Yes.
Yeah. How do you think we'll go extinct?
I think we'll just become absolute cabbages.
Do you?
We're slowly turning into them now.
Yeah?
Yeah. You've only got to look on social media. Do you know, right? I'm on X. Used to be Twitter. And honestly, this is sending me round the... I'm going off on one in a minute. It's sending me round the bend. Literally, you post something on X. Somebody, some complete randomer who you don't know, will ask Grok if what you've said is right. Or, at Grok, what does this mean? And it's like, really?
At Grog?
Grok. It's the AI bot that works on X.
Oh, I'm glad you said that, because I thought it was another user.
Honestly,
another user.
you post something, somebody will comment, at Grok, is this true? And it's like, so people like turning into cabbages. It's like, nobody...
But is that not a way of them trying to find out is this a thing that they've put in place that enables you to find out if this is a true thing?
So what we're saying now is we're going to ask something that we have no idea who it is, what it's saying is true, over you, who has potentially experienced something firsthand, has firsthand knowledge of that subject.
Yeah.
But I'm going to ask something. I have no idea who, what, or when Do you know what I mean?
Which, by the way,
Which belongs on a platform that loads of people in the world would say is an absolute lunatic. Elon Musk, you know, he's incredibly intelligent. Obviously, he's developed a lot of things. However, they won't. Nobody has any trust or whatever, or very few people, and there's loads of people anti Elon Musk. But yet they're all leaning on this AI, artificial intelligence, that literally all it's doing is scanning for information on Google and everything else over your first-hand experience.
Yeah. Which, by the way, can I just add that it's already been predicted that, well, it's not hard to believe, that AI obviously is of some of the incorrect things that AI is coming out with, all those incorrect things it's putting into the world, AI is now referring to when we're asking it questions about truth.
Do you know what they call them?
No.
Hallucinations.
I had heard that word, but I wasn't sure if it was exactly that.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
It's where it sees something and it comes up with a wrong interpretation for it.
Well, it's that.
And or when you ask it to do something for you, and it says, "Oh yeah, I'll do that in a minute for you," and it never does it.
No. So what I mean is yes, let's say it's hallucinated. This is a byproduct of the hallucination. So it's hallucinated and give you a wrong answer, which now becomes its own truth.
Absolutely.
So therefore, then when someone else asks that question, it reads that, sees that as truth, and then spits it back.
Well,
so now it's coming up with literally stuff that's not even, it doesn't even exist. It's not real.
I mean, that was just a side thing.
I know
in short, I think people are so stupid, ignorant, and that's.
I mean,
one way to turn off all your listeners is to call them all names. No, just give me 1 sec. So, not only are we regressing into people who can't talk to another person.
Yeah.
You know, that's that breakdown in society and culture, and that's going to be generational. It's going to get worse. So we're going to get into a situation where people don't help each other. We're just going to, you know, over a long period of time, just become completely non-self-sufficient. We'll be so reliant on something else. And as a species, you're knackered once that happens because, you know, we've put all these things in place in the first place. There was something else I was going to come on to, and I can see Mark eager to jump in.
No, I'll let you. No, it's okay, Mark.
Is that we're also, and I don't want to get onto this global, you know, people talk about climate and one thing and another. There clearly is a problem on the planet with a global warming. And people say it's not global warming, it's just happening, it's a natural occurrence. Whether it's a natural occurrence or not is, you know, by the by in terms of the point that I'm making. Eventually, we'll just not be able to. The planet will not be sustainable for us to exist.
So, pick one of them, because you've had two. And how long?
Two again.
How long?
How long?
Yeah. When we're going?
We're talking 4 figures.
Right. Go on.
Years. I don't know, a couple of thousand years, maybe.
Right. Okay. Kirk.
What were you going to say?
Sorry,
What were you going to say?
No, what I'm going to say. I mean, I completely agree with you.
I hope this is a bloody answer and not just a topic.
Is it what? No, well, listen, I'm sort of replying to Mark. So yeah, he's right. There are some whites or donuts in the world, isn't there? You know what I mean?
Yes, there are.
There are, and people are getting stupider. But at the same time. Going back to...
Did you just say stupider?
Stupider. It's going back to the same... I don't know if Kirk mentioned in this episode or last week's about technology and how we're advancing. So, and the reason we're doing that...
the English language, for one. It's so hard to comprehend,
What's
isn't it,
so
Mark?
funny now? Have I said something funny?
I only mentioned it about 10 seconds ago.
Well, there you go. But there's some clever people in the world. I mean... we are doing as humans. We are at our peak. Yeah, there's some donuts in the world, but as humans, we are at our peak, and we're advancing quicker and inventing things and doing things quicker than we've ever done. As people.
Yeah.
So as much as Mark, you're right. There is a lot of thick people out there, but there's a lot of clever people out there, and we're doing clever stuff, and we're doing it quickly, and so therefore, it's these clever people that's gonna. Sort us out, if you know what I mean. Because if you think about things, I mean, you've got this hydrogen, the hydrogen collider thing in what spins atoms round. Where is it in Sweden? So I mean, when I watch a news article on that, I ain't got a clue what they're talking about. I mean,
shock.
Do you know what I mean? But I mean, that's some clever stuff in it. I mean, and I'm like, and then when they talk about space and you know and planets and that. I'm like, who's studying this stuff?
Do you think when they might study that?
And they're only human like me, but I don't understand what they're talking about. But you know, that's
As soon
what I'm
as
saying.
you don't think that we're gonna, there's no point in asking you when because you don't think it's going to happen.
I don't think it's going to happen because we're cleverer than this. So
Okay.
And I mean, Kirk might touch onto it, but if we start going about a bit like into diseases or you know, atomic bombs and stuff like, I still think that we are clever to. Do I think that you know we're going to wipe
Finish your
ourselves
sentence?
out? No, I don't. I don't think that's going to happen. So no,
Right.
it's no to
Kirk.
when it's going to happen.
What?
What's your answer?
Yes, the human race will be extinct. I mean, there's been more of this planet without us than there has with us.
Yeah.
And it will continue on without us. And I do believe that we over time, over the next, and I'm going to say 100 years, maybe that short time. I think we'll move into a virtual world. I think everyone will live in a virtual world. I think people will, a bit like Ready Player One, sort of thing.
Yeah.
I think people will spend their life. They will get up.
Is it only one player, that film?
There is until second one.
Yeah,
And
it's
there's
Ready
two
Player
players.
Two.
Yeah.
So literally, I think it will turn into, as a society, we will get up in the morning, we'll put on a headset. That's where people will go to school. That's where people will go to work. That we will live, work, and study and interact in a virtual world. And I do think that's the way that we'll go. However, I do think humans will become extinct. I think there's two ways that I think it could go. If you want me to be honest. I think birth rates will drop and drop and drop and drop and drop. Okay, because people are living in this virtual world and people will stop interacting with each other, and then eventually populations will start to decrease over time. But I actually think that the end of the human race will be, I think the Earth will eventually shift on its axis. I think something will happen in space, whether that's being collided with something, or whether it's something, a solar flare from the sun, or whether it's a magnetic field shift, or whatever. It's all, we're just here by chance. The Earth is here by chance.
And it only takes one thing.
If it was 10% closer to the sun, we'd all burn alive. If it was 10% further away, we'd freeze. If we were 10% to the left or right, Jupiter wouldn't be blocking the solar winds.
Would we be alright if it's only 9%?
I just read the fact of 10%, so
Okay.
I don't know. But basically, Jupiter and Saturn, the way that they are, the one blocks solar winds and one blocks a lot of meteors and meteorites in space. So if they didn't exist, if they moved or whatever, then we would be suffered with solar winds that we couldn't survive, or we'd be pummeled with things. And it does make me think sometimes when you realise how perfectly
placed
we are.
Yeah.
I understand why some people go, that ain't by chance. Somebody's done that. I understand why people would think like that. But I think eventually something will happen in space. It's all by chance. Something will move, and that's it.
And when would that happen, do you think?
I think it'll be thousands of years.
Yeah.
You see, I kind of agree with Kurt, but by that time, I think as human species, we would move to different planets. So that's where we would move. We would survive on.
Yeah.
So yes, something might happen to Earth.
But
we would, because we're close to getting to, what is it, Mars? I'm thinking about saying that by
Mars,
30, 40 years, or maybe, I think even sooner, we're going to have some, and that will happen.
Yeah.
So yes, something might happen to Earth, but we'll be on a different planet, and then that will evolve, and then evolve and evolve. So as a species, I do not think we will, because we are cleverer than that. So, you know, Kirk's just describing all these things. We know all that. People aren't going, well, is it 10%? They seem to know that. So therefore, you know, yes, and something could change that. And like Mark said, you know, the planet's changing. But by that time, because we're humans and we're clever, we would have moved on and gone, we need to do something to solve this. And so therefore we evolve and do something else.
That's a point I'd not really thought of, to be fair, because when I thought about it, I never thought about humans leaving the planet. I kind of thought about it as they are on the planet. But my answer would be...
But in 1,000 years, when Kirk thinks that might happen...
Well, no, that's only... that's
when he thinks
thousands of years.
Thousands of years, whatever. We'd definitely be on other planets.
Yeah,
we might be, holidaying on Jupiter or whatever.
Yeah.
Holidaying. You know what I mean? It could be like which planet you
any of them levels, especially even moving to Mars. Even moving to Mars is it is probably.
I mean, it might be to a point where you go, where do you live, Mars? Oh, really? It's a bit of a scummy area. You need to get yourself on Jupiter. It's great. Do you know what I mean? It might be. Who knows?
Yeah.
You know.
Well, my take, and I hate to be the one to bring it to this one, but I'm pretty confident it will be global warming, and not just the idea of global warming, but the effects of like absolute severe global warming,
Greta.
where our ecosystem it no longer exists as it is now. The oceans will be so warm that all marine life will just die.
Yeah,
brilliant for swimming.
Yeah. The sea will literally begin to evaporate. It's that hot because the sunlight, even though where we are placed, as you pointed out, Kirk, without the certain defences that are above us, we are still close enough to the sun to be just literally fried.
Of course we are.
And I genuinely believe it will be within 1,000 years that'll happen. I think at the rate as humans, the advancements that we're doing and the things that we're doing, and I'm not saying that we're doing it on purpose. We're not, but I just think that the planet will start to change, and effects that we don't even know exist now. That we're starting to see ice caps melt, and that's like that at the minute. That's like, as ice caps are melting, but then that will have an adverse effect on something else that will then compound something else and something else and something else. And I genuinely believe that due to our ecosystem, the planet will no longer become habitable. Do I think, obviously, the planet will still exist, but it will, just like the dinosaurs, we won't be able to live on it because we aren't built for that. And I don't think we would change with it. I mean, when they say you evolve, I don't think we'll evolve fast enough to keep up with the changes. I think we'll end up.
Yeah, I think we might be able to.
Similar things like food, the way that food grown under certain temperatures, they'll be so high the crops won't grow. So we'll end up. I think humans will starve to death. That's what we'll end up starving.
We'll be growing food in like labs and stuff. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Or we'll be just taking a pill or something. Because we're clever, and that we as humans we are getting cleverer and cleverer all the time.
Yeah.
And so we'll
Can
just
you imagine history lessons in 1,000 years? Can you believe they used to have to? They dug down, pulled out these things called potatoes, then they peeled them, then they cooked them, then they ate them. What? You mean they didn't just take tablets like we do?
Yeah.
No, but
you're sounding like that Smash advert from 70s. None of you guys remember it?
No.
I've heard it 70s.
I know Smash. I remember Smash.
Because the advert, they used to have little tin aliens on it, and they used to go it's all like that. I can't do the impression. And they've got potatoes, and they go because they used to make Smash after.
Why were they laughing at the potatoes?
They were laughing at humans peeling potatoes like you've just described.
Oh, I thought you were doing like a laughing noise.
Oh, yeah, from like a robot, because they were laughing at humans.
Anyway. To answer the question, it'll be within 1,000 years, I think.
Time at the bar, please.
Well, that was a very intellectual episode
It
for
was.
us, wasn't it? I think we covered mortality, God, religion, science.
Yeah, space.
Did you just say intellectual?
Yeah.
Speaking of intellectual, shall we spin the wheel?
Well, why not?
Let's.
Oh, here we go. Oh, it's spinning.
What's it gonna be?
Oh, I'm just so excited. Come on.
He's nearly there.
The Wheel of Features.
So last week we had Kazoo's Song Is It Anyway?
Yeah.
Yes, I would say one of the easier ones that we've had.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or either that, or Mark's been taking kazoo playing lessons.
Yeah,
I
because it
haven't.
was very good, wasn't it?
Other one.
Oh.
Shall we have a recap?
Yeah, why not?
I've got it. Well, I know what it is.
Oh, I know what it is.
I know what it is, yeah.
Shall we say it after three?
I had to remember the title.
Ready?
After three.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Happy
House of the
birthday,
Rising Sun.
Cheeky bugger.
House of the Rising
It was
Sun.
House of the Rising Sun, was it?
Was it?
Yeah, but you only get it right if you can give me the name of the band.
Oh. Come on, Mark. This is your baby,
yeah,
this
I know.
one.
It's going to annoy me this because I feel as though I know this answer and it's just not
You've
there.
certainly heard the name.
I know.
Is it something banned? Something?
No.
It's not the animals, is it?
It is.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, well done, Mark.
Yeah.
Well done.
I had the animals, but I don't think it is animals.
It was.
cool.
Well done.
Well, thanks for giving me one that I could get, Mark.
No problem.
Appreciate
and,
that.
and,
yeah.
and me too, because I got it. I don't think I've ever got one.
Shall we spin the wheel?
Let's spin
Let's
it.
spin it.
Are you ready?
Yep.
Yep.
Here we go.
Why do you spin it so fast?
Why is your seat looking to land on?
Oh, nobody can see it. You can just spin it a little bit. Oh. Yay! Fact dump.
Yeah. Oh, I love this. I love Kirk's fat dumps.
Where's your theme tune?
I'm still waiting for you to make me one that you promised me about, 4 months ago.
Have I not made that yet?
Kirk,
Nope.
you do know you're supposed to make your own.
No.
Do you know what?
Do you not think I do enough?
Do you know what?
Well, that's very true.
I know why. I know I haven't made it because
You
I
were
got
waiting for Kirk-
distracted. No, I got distracted making the ones for the live event.
Yeah.
I made 3 for that event.
I'll make it.
Cool.
Okay.
Fantastic.
I'll look forward to it.
Brilliant.
Do we have an ETA on it, or?
Yeah.
If I remember rightly, the last time it was what?
Fact dump. Fact dump. So anyway, I've got some random facts.
Love it.
You like this one, don't you?
I love these.
You like this one, don't you?
Yeah, it's my cup of tea.
Okay,
this.
settle in. So, sharks existed before trees.
Well, they couldn't have done because he made them all at the same time, didn't he, God?
Well,
Did he not?
according to my facts, sharks existed before trees.
Oh.
Wow.
That's because he was. Do you know why that is, don't you? Because he was creating stuff in alphabetical order.
That was it, right?
Ah, there we go.
Like what I did there.
Yeah.
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 So,
Okay.
yeah.
Right.
Is that interesting for you, Mark?
Yeah, I mean, what did he create
And
after
then-
sharks?
Well, trees. Then
Well, after trees, sorry.
unicorns.
Unicorns.
Weren't umbrellas.
Then vampires.
Yeah, okay. Well, are vampires real?
We've started something now.
Yeah, anyway.
Then it will
And
werewolves.
unicorns are. So, bananas are berries,
Correct.
but strawberries aren't.
Correct.
Really?
So,
Did
hang
you
on,
know that, or are you just saying correct?
strawberries aren't what?
They're not berries. So strawberries
Are just straws.
are not berries.
What, the straws?
But
But
bananas
straws.
are berries.
It's because
But strawberries, if they're not berries, they're straws. But straws is what's
I think it's because strawberries have got their seeds on the outside.
Side.
Yeah.
Ah.
Well, I don't know any fruits that's got seeds on the outside.
But
We sound so right.
But bananas ain't got any seeds.
The seed is the inside, isn't it?
What, the banana bit you eat? That's the seed.
That's right, but all the seeds are on the outside.
What, the
What,
straw
a banana?
of a banana?
What?
I said, where are the seeds in a banana?
We
I
sound
think the
right
seeds are
thickies,
grown
don't
from
we?
internal, isn't it?
Right. I didn't think there were any seeds in a banana.
There isn't.
What does it grow from?
A tree.
Tree.
Yeah.
So there's no seeds on it.
So anyway,
Kirk, move on.
there's a species of ant that explodes when it's threatened.
Is there? Wow. Oh, we need to find them.
Yeah. And they didn't appear in the film Ants.
You want some? Bang, bang, bang.
They're like worms.
Yeah.
You remember the video game
Oh,
Worms?
the worms, yeah. When you get to the end. Yeah.
So, have we, surely there must be a video on YouTube of an ant exploding,
Oh, I've got a great idea.
just combusting up.
We could do an episode while we're playing a game. A
Of-
video game, like Worms or something like that.
All right.
Okay.
Hey, maybe it'd be fun for us. I'm not sure about the listeners.
Where's these ants live? Do we
I,
know? You
I don't know.
You don't
There's
know.
a
Okay.
species of ant that explodes when threatened.
Well, there can't be many
It's
of
not
them.
a very good defence mechanism, is it?
Not really, no. Blow your... It's a suicide bomber, isn't it?
I mean, that's not good. Anyway, move on.
What, are you going to say that's not a great fact?
No,
Have you
no,
learnt something
no,
today?
No,
I think it's an incredible thing, that.
No, the fact is incredible. But I'm just thinking the ants' defense mechanism is really poor.
That's what I said.
That's what I'm saying. It's rubbish. That's
So,
I've just got this feeling. I've just got this thing where I've seen these ants shouting. What the suicide bombers shout before they...
we won't say that on the podcast.
Well, we can.
Okay.
do you want to say? I'll let you say it because it's no.
So, Cleopatra lived closer to the moon landing than to the pyramids being built. So when Cleopatra was alive, it was closer to the date of the moon landing than it was the date of the pyramids.
I thought you meant she lived closer to Texas than to Egypt.
Yeah, I know what you meant, Kirk.
So Cleopatra lived closer to the moon landing than the pyramids being built.
Wow.
So, did she not see the pyramids then?
They'd already been built, Mark.
Oh, they've already been built.
Yeah. We didn't land on the moon and then built the pyramids.
Sorry, I went the other way with time. Anyway, yeah. I
went the other way with time.
Yeah, in my head I'm thinking, well, did she not see them built? But she didn't see the moon landings.
Say it again.
Cleopatra lived closer to the moon landing than the pyramids being built.
And Mark, on the other hand...
next fact, do you want another one?
Yeah, look, keep it going.
Sea otters hold hands when they sleep.
Ah.
Do you know why?
Because they don't trust each other.
To make sure they
don't float away.
That's right. To make sure they don't drift apart. In Switzerland, it's illegal to own just one guinea pig.
I want that job. Checking, knock, knock. What, can I just?
Where's the other one?
Well, I'm just checking your guinea pigs. I ain't going to. Oh, you sure? I've seen one running around in garden.
Is he really?
With little feet.
Yeah. Actually illegal.
Has anybody been prosecuted for having just one? Is that? Can you imagine in court? What are you in for? I've only got one guinea pig.
Sentenced.
I've got three
to
guinea
having
pigs.
Another guinea pig.
I mean, what's
So I've got two more. You want them?
Yeah.
Okay. So in 1518.
Well, this sounds like a today in history.
In 1518,
the dog ate Mark's homework.
In 1518, a dancing plague broke out.
A what?
A dancing plague?
A dancing plague.
What made everyone dance?
Hundreds of people danced for days
and
some
died
to death.
They danced to death? How does that happen?
Have you not seen one of my DJ sets?
You don't know, you can't dance.
Usually it's people chucking themselves off a cliff.
Yeah, but actually, I'm really tired, but I'm going to die in a minute. I'm dead. I'm died. I mean, what?
I'm died. Oh, I'm died.
I've died.
I'm died.
I'm sure you said earlier there's some donuts in this world. Anyone sat at this table.
People are getting stupider. Oh, I'm died.
Listen, I didn't say I wasn't a donut. I just said there is some. I might be in that category.
There are some.
I'm in that category. I'm sat with three
You are the
others.
chief donut.
Okay, last one. Are we ready?
Go.
Yeah.
So, I'll phrase it as a question. How many words has Scotland got for snow?
Oh.
It's
So
like
the word
it's
snow,
like a quiz, this.
how many words has Scotland got for it?
Well, they only speak English, don't they? So they must be
Well,
over...
no, they speak Gaelic as well. But
I'd say they speak Scottish.
Well, no, they don't.
I'd say they speak Scottish more than they speak English.
Fact checker over there.
Scottish is not a language,
No,
is it?
I know.
But,
I'm going to say
None.
15.
15?
7.
7?
I'll go silly. 28.
You'll go silly with 28.
He'll go stupider.
Yeah, it's 421.
I was closer.
Scotland has 421 words for snow.
Why?
It says here on my little fact thing, like at some point, you just got to stop naming it and just move house.
What?
Do you know what they all are? Can you
No,
name-
I don't.
Oh, okay.
Are you going to give us some examples?
No, I haven't got any. Snow.
Snow.
And on that note,
Absolutely,
been a
boys.
pleasure.
Thank
See you
you.
next
See you
week.
next week.
See you next week.
Bye.
Thank you for your continued support with our independent podcast. Did you know that you can interact with us and other listeners on Facebook, on the Chat In Tap Room Facebook group? You can also get in touch via email, innthechat@gmail.com, and of course on any of our socials. Thank you, and we'll see you next week.
This Labor Day at Lowe's, shop member-only doorbuster deals for a limited time. Save $50 on an Ego string trimmer, now $169. Plus, get 50% off select Holland pavers. Not a rewards member? Sign up for free today. But hurry, Labor Day doorbuster deals won't last long. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 9/1 while supplies last. Program subject to terms and conditions. Details at Lowe's.com/terms. Subject to change.